Imagine this. You're 8,000 meters above sea level, in the place climbers call the death zone. Up here, your body isn't just surviving, it's actively dying with every breath you take. For the last 6 hours, you've been trapped on the treacherous south face of K2, a vertical prison of ice and rock. A hurricane-force wind roars in your ears, a constant violent assault. The only other sound is your own ragged, gasping breath, filtered through an oxygen mask that feels increasingly useless. You flick on your headlamp, its beam cuts a small lonely circle in the swirling snow, revealing a terrifying bottomless void right beneath your feet. You're clinging to a sheer ice wall, every muscle screaming in protest. A rope, stretched impossibly taut, runs from your harness down into the blackness. At the other end of that rope is Elias, your best friend, your climbing partner for the last decade. He slipped on the traverse. His leg is shattered. He is, in the brutal language of the mountain, dead weight. Suddenly, a sound splits the roar of the wind. A deep, groaning sound of metal scraping against ice, followed by a sharp, sickening ping. Your heart plummets. That's the ice screw, the single piece of metal holding both of you to the face of this frozen giant. It's shifting. The ice around it is what climbers call rotten, weak, and unstable. You know, with a horrifying certainty, that it can hold one person, it cannot hold two, not for much longer. You glance at your altimeter watch. The display reads -35 degrees Celsius. Your oxygen levels are critical, flashing red. You try to clench your hands, but you can't feel them anymore. They're numb, useless clubs of frostbitten flesh. You can't even feel the rope biting into your waist. Every survival instinct, every cell in your body, is screaming at you to let go, to save yourself. You already tried to pull him up. You strained until you thought your lungs would burst, but at this altitude, in this thin, oxygen-starved air, lifting an extra 180 pounds is like trying to lift a car. It's impossible. A crackle of static cuts through the gale. It's the radio. Ilias's voice, weak and broken, filters through. Don't do it. I can still make it. Just give me a minute. He's hallucinating. Hypoxia and pain are stealing his mind. He can't climb. He can't even hold on. You know the truth. If you stay attached to him, that screw is going to rip out of the ice, and you'll both plunge 4,000 feet to the glacier below. A shared, silent tomb. Your headlamp beam catches a glint of steel on your harness. Your knife? Just one quick slice, and the weight would be gone. You could scramble the last few feet to the small ledge, collapse into the relative safety of the tent, and live. You could survive. The alternative? You hold on, praying for a miracle that you know isn't coming, until gravity finally wins and takes you both. As if the mountain itself has grown impatient, the wind howls louder, sounding like a tortured scream. The anchor jolts violently. A chunk of ice cracks and spiders away from the screw. It's happening. The mountain is making the decision for you. You have 5 seconds, maybe less, before the screw fails completely. Do you sever the tie that binds you to your friend, or do you go down with your brother? The abyss is calling your name. What is your crucial choice? So, what happens next? You are faced with 2 paths, 2 destinies carved out of this impossible moment. Let's explore the first one. Option A, the survivor. You make the choice. Your numb, clumsy fingers find the handle of your knife. It feels foreign, heavy. With a surge of adrenaline, you pull it from its sheath. The wind tries to tear it from your grasp. You don't look down. You can't. You place the serrated edge against the taut, vibrating rope, the lifeline that has become a death sentence. You saw at it, a frantic, desperate motion. The nylon fibers protest, screaming as they part. Then, a sudden, sickening release. The rope goes slack. The weight is gone. For a moment, you just hang there. The silence where Ilias's weight used to be is deafening. You're alone. The relief is so overwhelming it's physically painful. A wave of nausea and guilt that washes over you. But your survival instinct is stronger. You force your frozen limbs to move, to claw your way up the last few feet of ice. You collapse onto the narrow ledge, crawling into the tent. You live. You make it down the mountain. You return home, but not whole. To the world, you are a hero. The sole survivor of a K2 tragedy. You give interviews, you write a book. Your story becomes a legend of endurance and the indomitable human spirit. But every night, when the world is quiet, you close your eyes and you are back on that wall of ice. You feel the vibration of the rope. You hear the wind, and then you feel it, that sudden, good trenching You see Ilias's face, not as he was, but as you imagine him in his final moments. Falling into the darkness alone. You survive, but you never sleep soundly again. The ghost of your friend, the echo of that cut rope, will be your companion for the rest of your life. You are the survivor, but you are haunted. Now, let's consider the other path. Option B, the loyalist. The anchor jolts again, and you feel the screw pulling free. Your knife glints on your harness. A temptation, a promise of life, but you can't do it. You look down into the void, into the darkness that holds your friend, and you make a different choice. You can't cut him loose. He's your brother. You came up this mountain together, and if this is the end, you will go down together. You grip the ice axe tighter, bracing for the inevitable. You shout his name into the wind, a final act of defiance against the storm. I'm not leaving you, Elias. Hold on. Maybe he hears you, maybe he doesn't, but you said it. In that moment, a strange sense of peace settles over you. The fear is gone, replaced by a profound, unbreakable loyalty. The final, violent lurch comes without warning. The ice screw rips from the wall with a deafening crack, and then, you're falling. The wind rushes past you, a final, deafening roar. You and Elias, tethered together, plummet into the abyss. It's over in seconds. You die. You die with your integrity intact, a testament to a friendship that was stronger than the will to survive. Your bodies are never found. For decades, your story becomes one of the great unsolved mysteries of K2. Climbers will debate what happened on the south face. Did you both fall? Did one try to save the other? Theories will be spun, but no one will ever know the truth. You leave behind not a legacy of survival, but a question mark, a legend of two brothers who vanished into the clouds, forever bound together. Your choice wasn't to live a life haunted by what you did, but to face death without sacrificing who you were. Two choices, two drastically different outcomes, both born from the same impossible moment. The hero who lives with a ghost, or the loyal friend who becomes one? What would you do? What is the right choice when every option is a tragedy? The mountain asks the ultimate question. Think about it. Let us know in the comments which path you would have taken, the survivor or the loyalist. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more crucial choices.